Greyman! 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 Holy YouTube video, Greyman!
Hey, Grey Maniacs gather! It's time once again for one of my looks at my comic boxes. So box 29, we're still on box 29 and it's still Justice League of America. It's all Justice League of America in this box. We've come to the end of this first series of the JLA. Now Despero, this is, he's getting bigger. Every time he comes along he gets bigger, more muscly. They turned him from like a kind of mind control kind of guy to a super strong mind controlling kind of guy. So he's had quite a lot of development over the run. Not that I've got his early appearances, of course, because they're extremely expensive. His earliest ones are, anyway. Right. I'm actually filming this on Saturday before Cover Slingers. Cover Slingers is coming up, yesterday. If you didn't check out Cover Slingers from yesterday, go and watch it. I probably won. I should have won, you know, because my comics are always patently the best comics that are on show on Cover Slingers. But, you know, for some reason I don't always win it. I don't understand it. I think there's some kind of trade agreement between the US and Israel. There's some kind of financial incentive going on between the two countries. Catch my drift? Yes, I'm saying they bribed Matilda. That's what I'm saying. Anyone who beats me with their pitiful comics must have bribed Matilda. That's all I'm saying. Not casting aspirations or anything, but I am. It's all a fix. It's all a fix. If I've not won, it's a fix. If I've won, it's all fair and good. If I haven't won, I demand a recount. That's what I'm going to demand, a recount. And you can all join me in marching upon Matilda's house to to insist upon a recount. No, let's not go there. It's a bit too close to home. That's a bit too close to real life. Right. Yeah, not looking good for the JLA. It's the end of the Justice League of America, part 1 of 4. And here we see Gypsy. And here we see Steel. Neither of those look to be having the greatest day ever. And the last issue, Justice League of America. Look at that massive logo. Crossover Legends, the final chapter. It looks like Vixen stands alone there at the end. And then we've got a nice angle. But this is the only angle I've got from this series of Justice League. I need to find out what other ones there were. This is number 1 though, Justice League angle number 1. I should investigate, see if I can pick up the other angles from that run. Right, then next... oh no, we do have another one. I've got number 3 as well here. Number 3 as well. It's just because I haven't got number 2, so I thought I didn't realise it was... So I need to get number 2 at least. Hope it's not super expensive. But yeah, you know, all in good time. If I live long enough and end up getting enough money, one day all the comics I want will be mine. One day, when I'm about 250 years old, if medical science has improved by then to ensure that I can live to 250 years old, I'll be sitting here probably in the same chair going, and this is it, the final comic that I needed for my collection. And at that point, 250 years old, with every single comic book I ever wanted in my collection, I could happily snuff it then. And then I could just go, live feed. And then we'd leave the camera running and we could have decomposition cam and see how many views I can get on me sitting here and decomposing. Anyway, Justice League Quarterly. There was a nice little run of like square bound 80 pages, was it? Yeah, 80 pages. And that's what makes up the rest of this box. So it's a later run of Justice League. Possibly the next run. Series 2, I think, quite possibly. Yeah, it must have been. Thinking of the timeline. Did it start off straight with the other Justice League as soon as this one finished? They must have done, because I can't believe there was much time when there wasn't Justice League. This is a classic of the old everybody on the cover kind of thing, but this time they're all shrunk down and been looked at through a microscope. Yeah. Cracked ice. Would you believe I'm sorry? All new, all JLA, 36-page extravaganza, plus 3 brand new solo stories starring Fire and Ice, General Glory, and the Global Guardians. That's my boy Blue Beetle getting choked out at the bottom there. Death in Toyland. 3 brand new solo stories starring Power Girl, Blue Beetle, and the Global Guardians. What is the startling secret of the Class of 77 reunion? Plus, General Glory, Rocket Red, and Rising Sun of the Global Guardians. Then we have number 8, 4 all-new adventures. It's the League versus the incredible new conglomerate. And guess who's to blame? It looks like Max Lord's to blame to me. I think Booster Gold was a member of the conglomerate at one point. Basically, I think it was more to do with Max Lord wanted to have his own superhero team, didn't he? Before he became a mind-controlling menace to the world. Oh, I wish they hadn't done that. But what can you do? You can't unless you retcon it all, which I'm not sure what the retcon is at the moment. What the DC universe is about. I just read old comics nowadays. I haven't got to keep up with current events. They're too confusing. Even when I was reading them regularly, it was too confusing. Right, a nice Booster Gold cover. Hunters or the Hunted. Plus Martian Manhunter and Praxis. Praxis was a weird kind of character. Don't know if he ever got his own book, but it was. I remember him being from this. I can't quite recall what he was about. It was like, was he a supernatural kind of detective kind of thing, or like a hard-boiled cop who had some kind of psychic powers, something like that. Can't remember now. It would have been a pretty interesting story though, but I've forgotten what it is now. Maximum Attraction. Yeah, old Maxima. She was always wanting to have relations with Superman because she's a superior woman and he's a superior man. But in this one, she starts turning puppy dog eyes on Captain Atom. And here we have a Charlton-based special reunion. You've got Captain Atom, you've got Thunderbolt, Peter Cannon, Thunderbolt, you've got Nightshade, and of course you've got my boy Blue Beetle, drawn by Mignola. You can always sort of tell his art. I'm not a fan of his art, to be honest. Not a super fan of his art. His body's always looked weird. Look at Captain Atom there, his multiple pecs. He's definitely got a stylized kind of way, but sometimes I look at it and yeah, it's not always as pleasing as it can be. Not as pleasing on my eye as some artists can be. Right, the power of Praxis. There's the guy I was telling you about a second ago. You see he's got some kind of mystical eye tattooed on his belly button, on his navel. I'm not sure what he's got to do with Justice League though. I don't think he was ever in the Justice League. So I don't know, it was just like a backup story and they was like, oh, with this character we want to make a story about. Oh, we're banging the back of Justice League Quarterly. That's all I can imagine anyway. I bet Ranger Sly will know. Ranger Sly leaves some comments saying, oh yes, Praxis was invented in so-and-so by so-and-so. La 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 la. Because he knows everything. No, he's well versed on... I think it might be a bit too modern for him. I'm not too sure. You never know if Ranger Sly just picks out facts. Facts. Right, final fight for the Global Guardians. Alright, and that's the end of the Justice League Quarterlies. The last two comic books got a Justice League International Special number 2 featuring the Huntress. That's my boy Blue Beetle as well, Fire and Ice and the Martian Manhunter. Surrounded by ne'er-do-wells. I would suggest they were all ne'er-do-wells. Right, and then lastly got Secret Origins of Justice League International, part 3 of 3. And this is in a really bad condition. Spine is Mr. F. And it's got Max Lord and Booster Gold and Martian Manhunter featured in this one. Secret Origins is one of those ones I'm not too sure which ones I've got because I kind of I've not got a note of which ones I've got like in one place. So I have a few Secret Origins here and there and kind of like try and put in with the characters that are the Secret Origins of rather than having them in a run kind of thing. So yeah, I know I've got a few like Green Lantern and Poison Ivy and Creeper I think. Anyway, that's it for today. That's the end of box 29. When I come back on Thursday, it will be box 30 for your delight and delectation. Aren't you lucky? So tune in for that. And until that next time, go me on Cover Slingers. Go Greyman. Go Greyman. Make sure I hope you all voted for me. If you didn't vote for me, then what can I say? Make sure you give me a thumbs up today though, and leave a comment down below because that would be the Greymazing thing to do. And until next time, have a Greymazing day, and may all your news be good news.
Go and sub up, Copy 801, he's looking for 100 subs. Go and sub up, Copy 801, help him get to 100, or maybe even 200 if he's very lucky. Go and sub him up today, the link is on the corner, sub him now!